Hi everyone, so I wanted to talk to you today about using leaf litter in your enclosure for your snails. You can use leaf litter in your snail enclosures, however you do have to make sure that you check which trees are toxic and which ones are not. There is a list. If you Google trees toxic to snails, you'll get a list that comes up with non-toxic and toxic trees and their leaves, and which ones are safe to use in an enclosure and which woods are safe to use in an enclosure. Wood-wise, cork is a good one. Cork wood is non-toxic to the snails, so they can use that in their enclosure. And then leaf litter wise, you can use oak leaves, and what's the other one? I've got a list on my phone, hold on. You can use aspen, birch, cork, dogwood and maple in the snail enclosures. You need to avoid ash, cedar, citrus, evergreens, fir, hawthorn, holly, horse chestnut, juniper, pine, poplar, spruce, sycamore, willow and yew. So basically you can use aspen, birch, cork, dogwood, maple. You can also use oak leaves as well. I've seen lots of people have used oak leaves before with no problems. And what you need to do is prepare the leaves when you select them. So pick them, don't pick ones that are like near a road, on a footpath. Basically the best thing to do is to go in the park, and then what you do is gather up your leaves, and then you need to process them to make sure you kill off any bugs and things that could be on the surface of the leaves, to make sure they're safe for your enclosure. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so first of all what you need to do is you need to put your leaves in a pan of water and bring it to the boil. You're going to have to make sure you keep pressing the leaves down to make sure that they're thoroughly covered in the water, like I'm doing here. I'm using an old saucepan that I was going to throw away because the surface on the inside of the saucepan's coming away. So I can't use this saucepan for food anymore. Obviously you don't want to do this in a container you're going to use for food. And what you need to do is boil the leaves for 10 minutes. This will release a lot of tannins, which is not a problem for the snails, but what it will do is kill any bugs, any bacteria that are going to harm the snails. Then once they have been boiled for 10 minutes, empty the water out the saucepan and leave them to cool. And then what you need to do is lay out a clean towel or some kitchen roll, that sort of thing, and lay your leaves out to dry. You can put them in wet. It's just easier to spread them around the enclosure or crumble them up, whatever you want to do with them when they're dry. So leave them out to dry. How long it takes them to dry will depend on the warmth of your room. You can also pat them dry by folding the towel over on itself and patting off the excess water as well. So I left these to dry for about 15-20 minutes, something like that. And this is what they look like in the enclosure. I've just scattered them around sparingly, just here and there, just for a little bit of enrichment and just to make the enclosure look more autumnal. So I've got them mixed in with the sphagnum moss, and they will break down and add nutrients to the soil as well. And in the big tank, you can see I've got them spread out here as well, and it just adds a touch of autumn to the tank, and I think it's quite a nice naturalistic decor. They can also eat it potentially if they wanted to, but yeah, it makes the tank look really nice. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed this little tip. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.